Deer Park, Texas, residents face health worries after massive fire at petrochemical facility. Thick black smoke filled the sky surrounding the Houston suburbs last week as burned at a petrochemical storage facility for 4 days. Residents of Concerns for the health risks facing residents of Deer Park were exacerbated over the weekend. A containment wall. On Saturday, ITC officials and local authorities continued to assure Deer Park residents that the city is safe. Some area residents like Brian Williams don't trust these assurances. He lives 10 miles. Tests performed by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality over the weekend found 9 specific chemicals that exceed. Last Tuesday, smoke blew over the roof of Williams' home. He started feeling. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality tested the air quality in the area over the weekend, finding low levels of benzene, one of the potentially cancer-causing chemicals they also found in the ditch water. The levels detected. Nevertheless, Williams' skepticism continues. Acute exposure to benzene can cause headaches, dizziness, or loss of consciousness, this says. Chronic exposure. Michaels, who's lived in the area for more than 20 years, felt his eyes burning and had shortness of breath this week. He went to a local Complaints of itchy skin, stuffy and bloody noses, and tightness in the chest have been brought to Dr. Umair Shah's attention in the days since the fire began. Shah says the Harris County Community Building has become something. People. Conditions. Her nonprofit has been working side by side with federal and local agencies taking both air and water samples. Her biggest concern: the material inside the tanks that has yet to be disposed of. ITC Meanwhile, as the smoke dissipates, concerns mount for those who call this part of Texas home.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,